Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about integrations with ISVs. Unfortunately, this is a topic that a lot of salespeople in our industry still haven't wrapped their heads around, and unfortunately, even a lot of ISOs haven't really wrapped their head around this. So let me be really clear. If you have never yet integrated with a software provider, and you don't even know where to begin with that, you are like tragically behind the curve in this industry because, in case you haven't noticed, this is the direction that merchants are going. They're going in the direction of integration. They want to integrate with a particular point of sale system. They want to integrate with a, specific software. And so you need to make sure that as a payment provider, you're ready to make these integrations happen. Okay. So what's involved with actually getting an integration done? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to actually reach out to the software company. And again, I know a lot of this stuff, I was thinking about this video and I'm like, what do I want to say in this video? Because to me, it's like a lot of it's kind of common sense stuff. But I realized, after talking to a lot of ISOs and agents, they really just aren't doing these things. And so if integrating with a software provider is near the top of your list, I have a very simple question for you. How many software companies have you talked to in the last week, in the last month, in the last 6 months? You have to reach out to these software companies. I also think that there is a massive misperception among salespeople and ISOs about what these ISVs look like. I think everybody is like, when I say ISV, independent, software vendor, everybody thinks Micros or Aldello or NCR or one of these like humongous massive companies that's like, how would I ever integrate with them? That is not at all what I'm talking about. Most of these ISVs have like literally 3 to 10 employees. They have 100 clients or less, and they're just building out. Some of them have 300 or 400 clients. Like, they're not huge. So when you reach out to them, surprisingly, you're normally going to reach the correct person. It's not, in my experience, it actually is not terribly difficult to get in contact with the right person at an ISV. So if you really want to integrate with an ISV, what you do is you reach out to them. You say, okay, well, how do I do that? How do I find the right people to reach out to? Very simple, okay? Identify a certain vertical that you want to go after. So you definitely want to avoid trying to do integrations with these like catch-all providers. Like if a software company is big enough that they service, 47 different verticals, the odds of you integrating with them as a small ISO or agent is extremely minimal. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go after particular verticals. So what vertical are you really good at going after? Maybe you're great at going after hair salons. Okay. What you do is you go to Google and you search for hair salon management software or hair salon point of sale system or hair salon appointment scheduling software. Just Google it. And what you're going to find is you're going to find a list of a ton of companies. There's probably even going to be Google ads up for some of these companies. And all you do is you click on the name and you go to the company website and you find a phone number and you call them up. And you say, hey, we are a payment processing provider. We have clients that we think would want to use your software, and we're looking to integrate. And so that kind of leads me to my next step, which is you got to call them. But the second thing is you have to offer them clients. The way to get them interested in the software integration is to offer them clients, offer them distribution. So, with software companies, they think about sales very differently than you and I do, okay? You and I think about sales as, I want to make a sale, which means I'm got to go out in the field. I need to spend 2 or 3 hours prospecting, get 4 or 5 interested prospects, and I'll close one of them. And so for us, it maybe doesn't seem like this like super valuable thing to somebody else. It's like, well, yeah, that's valuable to us. We make some commission, but they don't look at it that way at all. The way that these software companies look at a sale, the way they make a sale is they spend $700 or $1,200 on average, and sometimes it's a lot more than that, through paid advertising to get merchants interested in their software. And so they're doing that to get a sale, a single sale. So when you come to them and say, hey, I've got 4 hair salon clients that I would like to bring you guys, but we're going to need to do a software integration. You have to understand the math in their head. In their head, what they're thinking is, okay, our current cost of acquisition is $1,300 per new client relationship. He has 4, so that's going to save us over $4,000. So all of a sudden, maybe it's worth it for us to integrate with the payment gateway that this individual has or the payment processor or whatever it is, because they have 4 clients. If you're an ISO and you reach out and you say, we have 48 hair salons, and we want to market your software to them, but we don't want to lose the credit card processing, so we need an integration, they're going to be tripping over themselves to get the integration done for you, okay? So what you may not realize about this ISV thing is it's not out of your reach. You're like, well, I don't really have any leverage. Yes, you do. If you want to reach out to one of these companies, if you're an individual agent, just do one deal at a time. Reach out to one software vendor and say, hey, I want to offer your software. I want to understand it. And what I will do for you is, if you will integrate with my software, I will go out and I will prospect full time for you for free. You don't have to pay me anything. I'm going to prospect for free and give you free customers, right? And I'm going to do that for a period of 2 months, right? And I'm going to go to every hair salon in the area and I'm going to sell it for you. They would be blown away by that offer. And so many of you keep hearing me talk about focus on a vertical. And you're like, well, what does that mean, James? Like, how would I do that? This is it. This is all you have to do. It's super, super simple. All you have to do is find a vertical you want to go after, find software companies, reach out to them, find one that's willing to integrate, and you offer your services and your distribution, and then you go sell it. So here's my challenge to you today. If you really want to integrate with software vendors, number one, start making the phone calls. Take 10 minutes a week. Literally, that's all you need. Take 10 minutes a week to look up software vendors, call them, and see if they will integrate. And then number two, add value to them the way that you can add value, which is through sales. So you go out and you sell for them, okay? Don't do these integrations and then waste their time. If it's interesting, I'm noticing ISVs are starting to have a little bit of resistance. And the only reason they're having resistance to these types of relationships is that they're getting calls by ISOs all the time that are wasting their time, and they're not actually giving them distribution. Don't make these deals. Don't hurt the reputation of our merchant sales industry by making deals and then not making sales. If you're going to make a deal and they're going to put the time in to integrate, make sure you make sales. And I would even go so far as to say, at least in my experience, I don't even ask them to do the integration until I have a deal done. I let them know, look, I'm not asking for you I don't even want you to integrate. Here's all I want to know. If I can get a client to sign up and pay you, are you willing to integrate with my payment processing so I can go sell a bunch more? If you come in with that frame of mind and that concept, they're going to be much more open to working with you. You're going to make valuable integrations, which are going to give you unbelievable retention of your accounts, help you to focus on verticals, and give you a future-proof portfolio. My name is James Shepard. Have a great day.